I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start, but as we saw, he came to my ears and whispered, "Please be easy on me." He thought I'm Mike Tyson and I will follow his script 40 seconds after I broke the clown's jaw. We are boxers, not content creators. I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start, but as we saw, I didn't want to put him down early. You all know I was handcuffed. I don't want to say anything that I will be regretting in the future, but all I can say now is the first 20 seconds was enough for me to end Jake Paul.
This is the clearest fixed fight you're ever gonna see. But look at this guy holding his hands up and watch. Watch this. He literally shows him his chin, and he goes down. It's so fake. Look at him, he's got nothing. It's like a guy who just learned boxing.
The day after I woke up and told my wife, "Why did I do that?" I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on. I remember one thing, I had a very hard moment in that part of my life, but I assure you in that age, I could have put that clown in the first round, but I sold my soul. And I'm
a guy who just had a boxing match that looks like a sparring match with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. And then you're going to fight one of the absolute scariest knockout artists in the heavyweight division.
I keep replaying this moment in my head, and every time I do, it feels worse. This wasn't just a fighter getting hurt. This was a business model crashing into reality at full speed. When that happens, people don't rush to tell the truth. They rush to protect their power. You can feel it right now in what isn't being said. If everything were clean, there would be no hesitation or carefully chosen words. Instead, we're getting loud noise meant to drown out the quiet questions that won't go away.
That guy did great for someone who's been boxing for less than a decade. He has had no real professional opponents other than Tommy Fury that were legitimate world-class boxers.
I don't even remember what happened in the Tommy Fury.
He lost a close decision, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight, though.
Here's my honest take, and it's uncomfortable. Jake Paul didn't build a real boxing career. He built a controlled environment. And controlled environments only work until someone refuses to play along. Joshua didn't do anything heroic. He did something normal. And normal is dangerous to a system built on exceptions. The moment Joshua treated him like a real opponent, the entire experiment collapsed. That tells you what this was really about.
No, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jake is doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end, he bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. But the day after the fight, the day after I woke up and told my wife, "Why did I do that?" I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
People keep talking about bravery. Yes, stepping into the ring takes courage. But bravery without wisdom is just liability. And liability is something networks insure against, not fighters. That's what makes this uncomfortable. Someone approved this fight knowing the gap, knowing the risk, and knowing the possible outcome. When approval exists, responsibility exists. And that responsibility is being avoided right now. You can hear it in how the conversation keeps shifting from judgment to toughness.
He's also nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're going to stand, and he's a one-punch killer, and you're going to stand in front.
Joe Rogan's reaction said a lot. The injury matters, but the precedent matters more. Once a brand tests itself against elite-level violence, you can't unsee the result. Every influencer fight from now on lives in Joshua's shadow, and that shadow is long. Promoters know it too, because they just lost plausible deniability. They can't pretend the ceiling is unknown anymore. We saw it. It's solid. And someone ran into it head first.
It's you could only take so much. And at a certain, like that one that he got from Joshua, ooh. Say if you have like a punch card, you have like so many punches that you can get in your life, which I believe you do. I believe there's a certain number. That one was like 10 punches.
Yeah.
That was like,
yeah.
There was a lot of concussions in that one punch.
Sure.
That was real damage.
What bothers me most is how predictable all of this was. Not the knockout, but what came after. Boxing history is full of moments where entertainment went too far and paid the price. It always starts with laughter, then curiosity, then concern, and finally regret. Right now, we're between concern and regret. That's when people start rewriting timelines and distancing themselves. These aren't amateurs. They understand force, damage, and risk. That means this gamble was intentional, and intentional gambles assume losses. The real question is, who was supposed to lose? Because it clearly wasn't meant to look this final. That gap between expectation and reality is where the truth usually leaks. The Tyson comments about memory loss still matter. That wasn't random. It was a warning that never got resolved, just buried under hype. Joshua's knockout dug it back up.
Pain? Yeah, but it's not from like talking.
Talk to me about what your jaw feels like, because you got
It's like a baseball in there.
two
plates. It just feels like
4 titanium plates.
4 titanium plates. How many do you have?
Just one.
8 screws. 8 screws.
Fans underestimate how much this shook fighters behind the scenes. Pros don't watch fights for drama. They watch timing, distance, and intent. What they saw was someone realizing too late that the rules had changed. That's terrifying, because it means the safety net wasn't real. Imaginary safety nets end careers. That's why Rogan's tone changed. It wasn't moral judgment. It was recognition. His call for retirement wasn't about Jake Paul. It was about stopping the next disaster. What we're seeing now is reputation management. Calm on the surface, panic underneath. If everything were simple, clarity would come fast. But nothing about this feels simple. It feels filtered and negotiated, and that's never a good sign.
I'm just hoping after this Floyd fight, maybe we can have a rematch. He did well, but I want to try it again.
Is that something that you would be interested in terms of righting the wrong
I would
and not
I would be interested. Yes, I would. I would be interested in that.
I keep coming back to Joshua's role, not as a hero or a villain, but as an accelerant. He didn't create the problem. He exposed it early, and exposure removes control. Control was the real currency here. Control over opponents, narratives, and outcomes. One punch took that away. Some people say this is just boxing and injuries happen. That's lazy. Context matters. This whole situation was sold with marketing that promised legitimacy without earning it. When marketing runs ahead of reality, someone pays the price. This time, the cost was physical. Jake Paul isn't evil. He's a product. Products get pushed until they break. Then blame gets passed around. But chance doesn't schedule fights. People do. And decisions have consequences. A chilling effect is coming. Fighters will hesitate. Commissions will ask harder questions. Easy money will dry up. Loyalty will disappear. Fans respect authenticity, and Joshua delivered it in the rawest form. Once fans see that again, it's hard to sell them something fake. The line has been redrawn, permanently. What lingers isn't the punch. It's the silence afterward, when everyone realized something irreversible had happened. And irreversible moments don't go away. They wait. And until we get honesty instead of spin, this story isn't finished. It's still breaking.